Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Russ back again with some more Madden 19 Ultimate Team, and I made probably my dumbest pickup of Madden 19. Easily my dumbest pickup of Madden 19. I went ahead and just had a nostalgia trip, a really crazy nostalgia trip. I had like 550K, and I saw Cam Chancellor, and as you can see, I bought him, and he's only going to be on the field for a couple games. This episode actually ends up being about 5-6 minutes long with Cam Chancellor, and then the second game I end up just throwing in because the gameplays I got with Cam were not very good. I realized I made a mistake right away. That Cam Chancellor, I picked him up just to kind of be our main strong safety, and then have him and Jamal Adams. It sounded great in my head until I realized that it wasn't worth it to have a 500K third safety. I got way ahead of myself. But you know what? Let me know if you guys ever make those mistakes, man. If you ever just you see that card, or maybe he's on your favorite team or something. I mean, Cam Chancellor is one of my favorite Seahawks of all time, so maybe that, well, I mean, that's definitely what skewed, making me want to get him, and definitely just made me pick him up instead of waiting for his price to drop, or just not picking him up at all. But let me know if you guys ever have those moments of weakness and you pick up a card. But anyway, I don't even need to commentate it, but you guys saw Todd Gurley do what the hell he does every single game. He ends up taking it for about 70-plus yards, and we're up 7-0 to start this game. But like I said, Cam Chancellor, man, he'll be on the field for the first couple games, the first 2 games of this episode. We do have 3 in this game, or in this video, I mean. And Cam Chancellor, he was whatever. I didn't really run him in the greatest spot anyway, so I don't know. Kind of a missed opportunity, a missed picking up Cam Chancellor. It was just dumb. When we had Jamal Adams, it wasn't smart. I got way too ahead of myself. But you know what? It is what it is, man. We all make those mistakes. It happens. Whatever. I did it. 7-0 in this game, obviously, right now. We're just trying to get wins. Hopefully, Cam Chancellor can be able to do that with his very short amount of time on the team. Right here, trying to run with Todd Gurley. 3 rushes for 77 yards, obviously. Gigantic chunk of that coming on 1 run until this play, man. Breaking tackles, missing tackles, spun out your goddamn shoes, and we gone. 43 yards, over 100 yards without even the first quarter ending. I mean, there's like a minute 18 left, and Todd Gurley just went off, man. Ends up making this guy find the I want to rage right now button. Little throwback to Addy cards again. I'm sure a lot of people still don't know who that is. But 13-0, this guy does end up quitting before we can take our extra point, and we go into game number 2. This guy, Champ Bailey, Ray Lewis, and Tyreek Hill, man. So obviously we got to look out for that Tyreek Hill. He ends up pulling him, I guess, out of his nat pack. He probably thought that his team of the year pull was pretty damn good, and then he saw mine. B-Wags and fucking Gurley. I mean, you can't get any better than that, man. As far as nat pulls go, and getting the 2 best team of the years, obviously this guy probably got the 3rd best team of the year in my opinion. B-Wags and Gurley, I mean, you guys know, ever since they come to the team, they have changed each side of the ball. It's been ridiculous, man. But Todd Gurley, obviously, we're just trying to run the hell out of the ball with him to start this game. And that is what we do every single game. I mean, that's our game plan, man. We want to run the hell out of the ball. 3rd and 7, we do have to go ahead and pass, and he does end up sacking us. Lawrence Taylor, that card is always sacking me, man. 4th and 13, we decide to go for it because it is a weekend league. Who cares? And whoa, that was a dot. That was a dot on point, man. There was a couple people there. I ended up just trusting Tyreek Hill. It was either a pick or, it was either I get sacked on 4th down, which is no bueno, or it's picked, and I'm going to turn the ball over anyway. And it ends up being caught by Tyreek Hill, so our drive continues to stay alive. Trying to run the ball with Gurley. We end up hitting a play action, and that was an ugly play action, man. When I get people to bite on the run, what I should do is just cancel the stupid play action, because I end up having to lob it out to fucking Franco, and the guy almost picked it off. He was really, really close, but he ends up misplaying it. This guy kind of misplayed stuff all game, you guys will see. And by misplays, I just mean missed tackles. Just click-ons, diving, missing, that type of stuff you guys will see throughout this game. But right here, this guy does start his first offensive drive with a completion. He comes out in empty backfield twice, man. I don't know if this is his scheme, but it ain't that good of a scheme if you start out like that. Just throw it at me, man. Why the fuck not? He ends up trying to read the little post route or the little seam route to Tyreek Hill or whatever. That was way too easy to play. I literally moved like half a step. Is right here again. He misses another tackle. We hurdle. I don't know. He's just diving all over the place, man. But Josh Hill ends up getting us to the 4-yard line. And Todd Gurley, that's way too easy. As we get in to make it 13-0 once again. We actually are able to kick our extra point this time. So we do go up 14-0 in this game, as they're doing hopscotch or jump rope, whatever the fuck. I said hopscotch. Oh, my God. That's so dumb. Double Dutch is what I was trying to think of. My goodness. But 1st and 10, he's trying to run the ball. I believe that's Saquon. No. It's Sonny Michel, actually. Speaking of which, holy shit, I didn't even mention the Super Bowl. Fucking Super Bowl. Rams, Patriots, man. I'm happy the Patriots won. I know that may be dumb, but as a Seahawk fan, I don't want the Rams to win the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. I just don't. That's my gut feeling. If the Rams would have won, I would have been upset. I would have been more upset than if the Patriots won. We've seen the Patriots win before. It's just people don't want them to win anymore, which I get. But the Rams didn't deserve to be there. I mean, let's be honest, man. Their defense, yes, of course, it's solid. But fucking Goff, man, he looked so lost out there. The Super Bowl was just, man, I don't know. I watched the whole thing from beginning to end, and I love defensive battles, but that was just like, it was 3-0 most of the game, and it felt like it was 100-0. Felt like the Patriots had that shit no matter what. Goff could do nothing, man. And they, you know, Brady and the Patriots, they ended up shutting down Aaron Donald as well. I don't think he had a sack all game, but he had some pressure. I mean, Aaron Donald's going to wreak havoc, but I mean, they did a pretty good job. But, you know, definitely congratulations to the Patriots and their fans. You know, I definitely don't hate the Patriots, man. I like Tom Brady. I like Gronk. I actually like Bill Belichick, too. So I really got no problem with the Patriots at all. You know, obviously they beat the Seahawks, but that ain't the Seahawks' fault. I mean, that is the Seahawks' fault. It ain't the Patriots' fault. But 2nd and 8, man, we ended up getting a big hit fumble with Nigel Bradham on this play. I kind of talked over the second half of this game because this does end up being the end of this game, and we go into game number 3, which is the most exciting game out of all 3 of these. So this second one, you know, this dude really wasn't able to get anything going. We got our win, 103 yards, 100% completion percentage, and a touchdown for Otto Graham. So we go ahead and go into game 3 without Cam Chancellor. Those 2 games we did have Cam. Again, kind of just a dumb impulse buy, but you know what? We ended up showcasing him for a couple games, whatever. He was there. He played. If you guys end up wanting to get that card at some point, I don't know if seeing that gameplay helped you at all, seeing how he played his zone, but he didn't really do much. He was, like I said, I only had him for a couple games. Not much you can really do with the safety in a couple games. But you guys can see, game number 3, a little bit more competitive, man. 299 overalls, both of them being Todd Gurley and Bobby Wagner. I didn't see the third one, but this guy definitely had a hell of a team, man. He had Deion Sanders. I mean, I have Deion, but mine's like a neutered 90 version. This guy's probably has like a 97 or something like that. I don't know. Maybe his top 3 can just be a little bit intimidating. The rest of his team is maybe a little bit more tamed. But this game is definitely the best out of all 3 of the games in this episode, man. Talked about the Super Bowl for a minute. Talked about the Cam Chancellor pickup. We've got through pretty much everything we wanted to get through. So now we can talk about the game itself. This dude, we could not get pressure. It seems like that's just a trend now. I can just not get pressure no matter what. It just doesn't seem to happen unless I put aggressive pass rush on. It's just not happening. So this guy pretty much does what everybody else has been doing and just kind of rolling out, trying to find his guy, playmaking, and eventually finding somebody. But he did run the ball heavily with Todd Gurley, 4 rushes to start on this first drive, and he just continues to try to run the ball. Luckily, we do end up stopping him with Bobby Wagner at the 9-yard line. 3rd and 4, decides to run a power, go to the outside with Ricky Williams, and he does get stuffed by our new pickup, Justin Reed. 4th and 3, he does end up taking his field goal early in this game to make it 3-0. I guess I should say something about that Justin Reed. I was looking to pick up an extra safety to begin with. That's why I did pick up the Cam Chancellor. That was just a way too expensive and dumb option. But Justin Reed, I ended up getting to be basically our 3rd safety in our nickel formation. And just to have a better guy deep other than, Jamal Adams and having Deion Sanders in the box, basically flipping that, playing Jamal Adams in the box is right here. Oh, boy, that was questionable. But anyway, Justin Reed, 93 speed, new addition to the defense. We get on offense, and we ended up throwing you can call it a dot, I guess. It was actually very similar to a play happened a couple games ago, but we ended up somehow finding Tyreek Hill. Basically what happened, I think it was 3rd and long. And I just had to get rid of it. It was pressure in my face, and nobody else was open. So I was like, you know what? If it's picked, it's picked. And it somehow got caught, man. I'll count my blessings. It's right here, 1st and 10. We end up getting off a tackle, spinning, and getting at least a couple yards on that little flat route. That really looked like it was going nowhere. 2nd and 4, we decided to run the ball with Ricky Williams. Go ahead and spell Todd Gurley for a couple plays. 3rd and goal. We end up looking for the end zone. I don't really see anybody. Again, this guy had some pretty good defense throughout this game. There was just nothing there, man. So 3rd and 3, we decide, whoa, that's a touchdown. Holy shit, Tyreek Hill ends up getting the touchdown on that play. I have no idea how we ended up finding him. That was basically what has been happening to us all the time on defense. Like every single time the guy would just roll out and find somebody. Whenever I roll out like that, I usually don't find people. Usually they send somebody. Usually I get sacked or something. I was fully expecting us to take that field goal. Instead, we find Tyreek Hill just rerouting in the back of the end zone. I mean, that was lucky, man. But Sean Taylor, on our very next drive, we get the ball right back. That card has been playing out of his mind, and I mean absolutely out of his mind recently, man. He lays the fuck out of 99 overall Todd Gurley, makes him fumble. We get the ball back at the 21-yard line now, just running this clock down, making sure this guy does not get much time. He does start to use his timeouts. 3rd and 2, run a play action, just try to get a quick first down, and we do find Tyreek Hill underneath. That was way too easy. He just kind of left the middle wide open. Really just nobody there. 5 for 5, 62 yards and a touchdown to start this game. Have done pretty decent as Todd Gurley trying to fight through and make another crazy-ass run to get to the end zone. Unfortunately, he does end up getting stopped. 2nd and 6. No joke. this was the first play I turned it on. First play I turned on the aggressive blocking, it ends up biting me in the ass. You know, most of the time I'll end up turning it on the goal line, and then I just forget to turn it off, and I'll get one later in the game. That was legitimately the first play I turned aggressive blocking on. I end up getting a holding. So it completely ruins our goal line play, our goal line offense really inside the 10, and there was really nothing to do once we got that holding. I mean, really, if we try to go for the end zone, most likely it's going to be a pick. So we end up just settling for our field goal. We do take the clock down to 8 seconds left, though, so he has, you know, a little bit of time on offense to try to do something, but really, you know, not much. 10-7 right now. You know, we're pretty much counting our blessings, like I said. I mean, there's really nothing else I can say at this point. 10-3. It's not really a 10-3 game. We've kind of gotten a couple of lucky plays here and there. If we're being honest here, it's probably 3-3 or, you know, 6-3, something like that. Bottom line, this game has been competitive and tough, and it probably, no matter what, should be a little bit closer than it is right now. Obviously, our touchdown was kind of wild. Like, we don't usually score right there. Like, you guys heard it. Like, I did not think we were going to score. It just wasn't. We don't usually do that. So taking our 10-3 lead right now, obviously, we're just trying to get a field goal. We're trying to run this clock, run with Gurley, and just try to get first downs and run this clock. You guys know what I like to do, and you know that I try to protect my leads, try to just get my wins, especially when I know that I really shouldn't be winning by all this much. If I can get a field goal, boom, it's game over. You know, or not game over, but it's a lot harder for this guy to come back. 4th and 1, we decided to go for it. No way I was punting the ball on 4th and 1, especially with us only up by 7. Wasn't going to give him a free possession. Luckily, we end up getting it. He actually ran pretty good defense on 3rd down and 4th down, actually. But, you know, luckily we end up getting it. 1st and 10 right here. Josh Hill. He's actually made a couple of catches in this game. Not many times does he make multiple catches in a game. But this is just one of those rare occasions where he does. So good on Josh Hill. 1st and 10 rolling out with Otto Graham. Looking downfield. This was a dumb play, man. He clicked off of I think he did click off of Van Der Esch, or maybe that was just bad timing. He was right there. He played that really, really well. For some reason, I thought that Tyreek Hill was just going to continue to sit there, and it was just another one of those plays where he kind of sat there for a minute, and then when he tried to throw it, he kind of broke. So it was just a bad read no matter what. But Van Der Esch ends up dropping the pick, and we end up capitalizing to make it 17-3. Again, we're counting our blessings in this game, man. We haven't necessarily played the greatest in the world. Not even close, but you know what? At this point, we're up 17-3, and I can't complain. So 1 minute and 11 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Obviously, we did a decent job at, you know, running a little bit of clock, but we still got to protect this lead. And you guys know it's easier said than done, especially when somebody can score in one quick play. You guys know I've said that a game can change so quick, and just like that, it does. This guy hits us with I don't know, some sort of just a deep post route. You guys will see the route he ran out. I don't know exactly what it's called. Yeah, it was just a deep post route. That's all it was. It was a deep post route. He sent that in on a streak and actually ended up taking away Stephon Gilmore and left, I believe, Steve Smith or Doug Baldwin, whoever that 89 was, left him wide open. So now we get back on offense, losing our 2-score lead, but of course we're still up by 7. And we have Todd Gurley. You can't forget that we have Todd Gurley, because he'll do this to you. What do I say? What do I say, dude? He does it every game. Todd Gurley to the end zone, and just like that, we regain our 2-score lead. We go from 17-3 to 17-10 to 24-10 in what seemed like a matter of 30 seconds. That was really, really quick. It was just score, score, score. 3rd quarter's over. 4th quarter now, or about to be in the 4th quarter, I should say. He almost throws a pick. That was really close to being picked by Jamal Adams. At this point, I'm just trying to get that game-sealing, game-ending play, man. I'm playing everybody deep, making sure he doesn't get these posts. That's really all I'm trying to do. Just make sure he cannot bomb me over top, because if he bombs me over top, I'm fucked. And sure enough, he decides to go there and just throw it at me, man. Why the fuck not? 2-time, 2nd pick of the video. I'm not sure if it was the 2nd pick of this game. Actually, I know it wasn't. But 2nd pick of the video, we do end up sealing it. 24-10, we get our user. Man, that was a lot tougher game than it seemed like. I mean, 24-10, it seemed like I was cruising throughout, but this guy definitely, you know, he had solid defense. We were just able to move the ball, and he had solid offense as well. It was just a big play offense. You know, one that we had played before where it was like, it's a post or a bust, basically. The guy rolled around forever a lot, didn't run the ball a ton. He actually ran it kind of effectively, but ultimately, man, we end up getting 3 wins in this episode, all 3 of them being rage quits. 2 of those games were with 96 Cam Chancellor. I hope you guys enjoyed that, even though he didn't really do all that much. We didn't play with them all that much, but, you know, impulse buy, it is what it is. My dogs freak the fuck out. Whatever, that's a fitting way to end the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to look out for the next one, and as always, I'm out. Peace.